Oi oi girls and boys and everything in between, it's Ace Trainer Liam, and this might be the last time I get to talk to you like this before Ultra Sun and Moon are released. How insane is that? Ultra Sun and Moon are mere days away, and I bet some of you aren't anywhere near prepared for these games to be released. The hype train for these games has been going full throttle, and I guarantee some of you haven't taken the time to make sure that you are mentally ready for these games to come out. Don't worry though, you're not alone. The closer these games have come to being released, the more I realise that I haven't gotten myself in that mindset for a new game to come out. I haven't got myself mentally prepared for brand new Pokemon games to land on my doorstep or to be on my desk. I'm not ready for it yet, and I need to make sure that I'm prepared, but I for some reason haven't. And to be honest, that's pretty bad considering I run a Pokemon YouTube channel. But never fear, I'm here to make sure that when Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are released, you have the best experience possible. And here are just a few tips and tricks that you can follow to make sure you have the best time. Now the first one is pretty ridiculous, but at the same time, you'd be amazed the amount of people that don't prepare this one particular thing. And it seems like an absolute no-brainer, but make sure that you have put money aside, that you have invested money into this game ready for it to come out. Whether that's a case of pre-ordering the game or purchasing the game through Nintendo eShop and making sure it's pre-downloaded, or even just if you're planning to buy it from a store on release day, actually having the money set aside to buy the games. It seems stupid. It seems like something that no one would ever forget to do, but I guarantee there are some of you out there who are going to get to the games on release day, they're going to remember, oh, Ultra Sun and Moon are out today, and they're suddenly going to go, oh my god, I spent all my money, I haven't got any money for the games, what am I going to do? And that's when there's a problem. It does seem like the most benign thing to have to mention, but I do honestly think there will be some people who have ridden the hype train all the way to the station that is release day and then realise that they're broke and that they didn't put like £40 aside for the games, or they thought about pre-ordering and didn't pre-order and things like that. And you just need to make sure that you're going to be able to get the games on release day, because otherwise you ain't playing nothing. On top of that, if you're someone who isn't responsible for your money, or you're someone who has a birthday coming up and you're like, I know I'm going to get Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon for my birthday, it's no biggie, make sure you've told the people who are probably going to be buying this game for you the specific game you want. There is nothing worse than having a birthday. You've been waiting for so long for Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon. You've been waiting since they were announced in June, and you thought that's the perfect birthday gift for me. And then all of a sudden, you unwrap your new 3DS game, and you're like, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, what's it gonna be? And your parents have bought you Omega Ruby, or friggin' X and Y, or Sun and Moon together. You know, there's nothing worse. There would be absolutely, imagine how ruined your birthday is going to be if the person who's buying the game for you doesn't realise that it's Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. They walk into the game shop, they see Sun or Moon, and they buy you last year's games. It's a real threat, and it really could happen. So make sure that you have specified what you want to these people. Even if they're like, I want to surprise you, I know what to get you. It's not good enough. You need to say to them, no, I'm telling you, don't surprise me. I specifically want Pokemon Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon, and nothing else will do. Make sure your money, or whatever money is being spent on Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon, is invested in the right place. Otherwise, you're screwed on release day. Now, another thing to do to really mentally prepare for these games is approach them with an open mind. What I mean is yes, the trailers that we've seen since June, and god damn, there've been a lot of them since June, haven't there? The trailers have shown us that there's a lot to these games. There's a lot more added to the Sun and Moon story than we originally anticipated. There's so much more in terms of the story with Necrozma. There's so much more in terms of the post-game stuff. I assume it's post-game with Team Rainbow Rocket. All of that added together does make you think, wow, I'm going to have such a great new experience in Alola with Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. The second time in Alola is going to be nothing like the first time. This is going to be amazing. But remember, these games are enhanced versions. Ultra Sun and Moon to Sun and Moon are what Platinum is to Diamond and Pearl. You need to remember that, otherwise your experience of the game is going to be a little bit skewed. Because yes, there is all this new stuff. Yes, as you progress through the story, you're going to see things that are different. You're going to see things with the Ultra Recon Squad that have been introduced. You're going to see things with Team Rainbow Rocket. You're going to see all these different parts of the story. But remember, some of the story and certain sections of the story may not only be similar, to Sun and Moon, but they may be word for word exactly the same, and you need to mentally prepare yourself for this, because if you get Ultra Sun and Moon and you're hyped and you're ready and you want to play these games and you're like, wow, this is going to be a fantastic new experience, and you have to like save friggin' Cosmog from some Spearow again, you're going to be like, oh, this is like the same game. This is so disappointing. And we don't want that. We want you to go into the games with an open mind, going, yes, there are some bits that are going to be similar, but oh my god, it's going to pay off when we get to the future area of the story where we've got the new stuff. Just don't go into it expecting a completely different story. Go into it expecting a similar story with different outcomes, because otherwise it's going to skew your perception of the game, and you might feel in the first hour or so of the game that you're a little bit disappointed because it feels just like Sun and Moon. You need to just mentally get yourself ready and just mentally tell yourself it may feel like Sun and Moon, but the payoff is going to be massive later in the story, and that's what you need to do, because that's going to increase your enjoyment of the game from the start, because you're going to be going through excited, going, I know things are going to get better, I know things are going to take a different turn, where's the turn coming? That's what I'm excited about. Like, yes, I know we have a storyline with Necrozma, and yes, I know we have this whole Team Rocket stuff, but I want to know what point of the game it stops feeling like Sun and Moon and it starts really feeling like a different game. That's what's got me hyped, and if you can get into that mindset, you're going to enjoy the game so much more. Now, this next one's kind of off tangent, but if you really want to get the most out of Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, I'd really recommend going online, going on tutorials on YouTube for how to get into competitive battling. Now, I know some of you will be sitting there going, oh, well, that sounds really boring. That doesn't sound like something I'd want to do. Honestly, it will add so much replay value to Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Because yes, once you've gone through the story and you've beaten Rainbow Team Rocket or the Ultra Recon Squad or whatever you have to do in the story, I don't know, because I've stayed spoiler free for the most part, lucky me. I don't know anything about the story. But once you've done all that, and then all you've got left is just, you know, play the game whenever you want, go and catch Pokemon whenever you want, maybe do a bit of a shiny hunt, whatever. If you can get yourself starting to learn about competitive battling, starting to learn about the more intricate side of Pokemon, the more intellectual, the more mental side of Pokemon, where you have to kind of predict other people's actions, you're playing against real people, you're having to know what moves they're going to use and how to counter them and things like that. Honestly, you'll start to realize that some of the Pokemon that you love are really good competitively, and you want to battle with those Pokemon, you want to build teams around them, and it adds a whole new dimension to the Pokemon franchise that you may not have experienced before. Honestly, if in the next few days you can study up on a little bit on how to, like, you know, on Battling 101 and just a few easy predictions, you can get pumped for when Ultra Sun and Moon comes out, because you can then be like, wow, I'm going to breed the best Pokemon in Ultra Sun and Moon. I'm going to get myself the best Pokemon possible so I can have the best battles possible, and I'm going to get better and better and better. And who knows, maybe one day you'll enter the World Championships, and you're welcome. Now, honestly, the last point I'm going to bring up is a real big one, and it is really hard to resist. I can attest to that it is very, very difficult to resist, especially with some of the things I've already seen without wanting to. But honestly, it will increase your enjoyment of a game, and that is avoid spoilers at all costs. I know we've only got 5 days until the game comes out, but really do try and avoid spoilers. Try to stay away from anyone who's spoiling bits of the game or bits of the story, because it will really make your experience of the game that much better. Now, I know since the games were announced in June, we've seen a lot of trailers from Pokemon, we've seen a lot of information, we've seen a lot of different things where the Pokemon Company themselves have been spoiling the game, because they've been releasing information about new Ultra Beasts, and they've been releasing information about Rainbow Team Rocket appearing, and they've released information about the Ultra Recon Squad and the Necrozma story and Ultra Megalopolis. But honestly, they've left a lot for us to discover. I don't think that we know everything. I mean, we especially don't know about where the story, how the story is going to work, but I know how it can feel like, oh, well, I might as well look at the rest of the spoilers because Pokemon have already given me enough information. But if you just stay away from anything beyond what Pokemon have already told us, you're going to have a better time. You're going to enjoy more of the story, because there's still, I feel like there's still so much to discover about the story. There's so much to discover about how things tie in, and I really, really don't want to get anything else spoiled, because I feel like that's the best experience, is when you go in with surprises to come. Now, and I'm not going to give any spoilers away in this video, by the way, so don't worry, don't panic. You don't need to leave the video just yet. Wait till the end. I'm not going to spoil anything in this video. But as you know, data mining happened quite recently, and all the details of Ultra Sun and Moon are online now. Like, literally everything. Like, what Pokemon you encounter in what patch of grass, and what percentage they are of being found. The story arc and everything, like the entire frigging game's online. And it sucks because there are people that are out there just to spoil the game for other people, and there are people out there are people who genuinely just want to know, and by all means that's fine, but I tend to get more experience and more enjoyment out of a game when I experience it myself and I discover things for myself. Call me old-fashioned. Like, I get it, I'm kind of old. I'm 29 years old on the 28th of this month, so I'm kind of an oldie, but believe me, this really does help. I come from a time where we didn't really have such ready access to the internet all the time, and we really didn't get gaming magazines very often because they were too expensive. That helped me in a way, because it meant that when I was playing through games that I really, really loved and franchises that I loved so much, like the Final Fantasy games, like the Metal Gear Solid games, I was going in completely blind. I didn't know what was ahead, I didn't know what twists and turns were around each corner, and it really did make my experience of those games so much better, because when something happened, when some crazy plot twist happened that I didn't see coming, I hadn't had it spoiled, and it rocked my world. Like, when you play a game with knowing the spoilers that are ahead, you're playing through and you're like, yeah, where do I get to the bit where the guy dies? Oh look, the guy died. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Whereas when you're playing through the game and one of your characters or one of the characters in the game just suddenly is killed off, or suddenly turns out to be evil, if you've not had spoilers, it rocks your world. It messes with your head. It's like, this story is amazing, and it really does increase your enjoyment of the game. So I definitely recommend to anybody who's thinking at all about watching any spoilers or having a look at what's to come in the games, don't do it, because even to me with the Pokemon game, even not knowing what Pokemon are going to be in what patch of grass is really amazing, because you can be playing through the game, and bearing in mind we know that the Pokedex is different in this game to the previous game, so we know there are going to be different Pokemon in certain patches of grass, as well as similar Pokemon in certain patches of grass. When you're going through and suddenly, wow, this is the route where you find Manectric or Electrike, whatever, wow, this is the place, that's really cool, I didn't expect to see it here, and it just to me, it just makes such a more enjoyable and engaging experience and allows you to be more engrossed in the world that is the Pokemon world. So avoid spoilers if you can, because it's going to make these games so much better and so much more enjoyable for you. If you've already read the spoilers, then whoops, you know, sucks to be you, right? Because now you don't get the same experience that we get, but it's cool. Do whatever you want. I'm just saying, if you want the best experience of Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, go in as blind as possible, because it's gonna be amazing. Now, the more I talk about these games, the more hyped I get, so I'm a little bit sad that this is gonna be like the last time that I'm gonna be able to build hype for Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, because the next time I talk about these games, they'll be out, and we'll all be playing them. So it's been so much fun over the last few months getting excited for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I really do hope that you guys are excited for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. And if you are getting the games on release day, I hope you have the absolute best time playing them. I really do. I hope these games absolutely blow you away, because they're already looking like they're going to blow me away, and I'm super excited to play them. Now, I have my 3DS set up as though I live in Australia, so that when the game does release in Australia, which is about 10 hours before the UK, if the games release around about midnight in Australia on Thursday, as it changes to Friday, that means I'll be able to play the game in the UK from about 2 PM UK time, and I'm going to be playing it on my Twitch channel all the way through the game as far as I can to completion before I absolutely drop dead of exhaustion. That's going to be over on my Twitch channel. Link is in the description. Come play, come watch it with me. It's going to be so much fun enjoying these new games together. I'm really excited for it. It's going to be an absolute friggin' blast. So by all means, go and follow me on Twitch today and turn notifications on so that when my live stream does go live, because it could be any time from like 2 PM UK time onwards on Thursday, you'll get notified that I'm live and you'll be able to come and enjoy the stream with me and watch as I go through my first adventure. Well, my second adventure in Alola, because it's a new game. It's going to be awesome. And don't worry as well about spoilers on this channel, on Ace Trainer Liam. There are going to be no spoilers on the Ace Trainer Liam channel at all when Ultra Sun and Moon are released on release day, because my first playthrough, like my official episodic playthrough, which is going to be on YouTube, that's not starting till Monday, the Monday after Ultra Sun and Moon come out, and also it's going to be on Ace Trainer Liam Extra, not on this channel. So my Let's Plays, remember, are going on Ace Trainer Liam Extra, and everything else is going to be here. So you won't see any spoilers on the Ace Trainer Liam YouTube channel, so don't you worry at all. Also, if you like what I do on this channel and you'd like to see my videos before anyone else, and you'd also like your name in the credits of my videos, like over 100 of you have already done, consider becoming a Patreon. It's only $1 a month, which costs less than a fidget spinner. And as always, hit the subscribe button and turn notifications on so you never miss a video from me. But until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Keep on training.